Hey everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer and welcome to a new playthrough video. Once again, I am going to be playing Escape the Dark Castle? I just went blank on the name. This is the third time I have attempted to escape this thing and I'm getting a little frustrated, but it's still a fun game. So let me go ahead and do the setup real quick. I'm going to shuffle the item cards and put those nearby. Every time I win in combat, every time I win in combat, I get to do a draw, unless one of the chapter cards tells me that I get a free draw. So put those there. I am playing the Abbott and Miller again. They start with 18 health. What I'm going to do is these are the chapter cards. I'm going to give them a shuffle as best I can, and then you draw 15 of these. I think it's 15. Somebody told me it was actually 14, or I'm going to look at the rules real quick and confirm that, because I'm pretty sure it's 15 for Dark Castle, Escape the Dark Castle. I think it's deal 15. Oh, shuffle the chapter cards and deal 15. Yeah, I think what they were getting confused on, Escape the Dark Sector, the sci-fi version, I think you draw 13 or 14 of them. It's a little less. That game's a little more brutal. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just shuffle out and pick 15. So let me count to 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I think I missed up. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I got messed up. I'm going to pick this one, and hopefully there's 15 cards in here. Let's just see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah. All right, then what I'm going to do is shuffle these real quick. And then, to make your book, your story you're telling, you pick one of the 3 starting cards. I'm going to shuffle these up. Hopefully I don't pick the exact same one. I'll put that one on top, and you can put the rest away. And then these are the boss cards here. I'm going to shuffle these up. I've played this game a number of times, but on video I've played it twice. Both times I lost, but the first time I lost bad. The second time I did make it all the way to the final boss and then died. So I was feeling pretty good about that. So I'm just going to deal down. I'm going to call, let's say a number. Let me roll a number, and then I'll count down that many cards. Oop, let me roll it in here. 1. All right, well that's my card. And you put it on bottom, and that is it. And it is time to start Escape the Dark Castle. So let's flip over the start. A different one. Leaving behind your despicable confinement at last, you hurry to the foretold location and pray the legend is true. Carefully feeling for the mechanism, you gasp as the wall recedes. You find the secret passage. Discard a chapter card from the castle deck without looking at it. Any card. I'm just going to pick one at random here. All right, that one's gone. So I've already shortened it by getting the secret passageway. In the tunnel beyond, a lone barrel stands sentinel in the darkness. Draw 1 item card now. Okay, so I've drawn a infested cheese. Discard to restore 1 hit point to all characters. Not bad. And I'll assign that to the Abbott. I'll give that to the Abbott. You emerge into a cold, dimly lit passage you do not recognize. From here, your path to freedom will be fraught with danger. You hear whispers on the air. There is no time to lose. Turn the first chapter card now. So again, the way this game works is if you have 1 player, you play with 2 characters. But if you're playing with 4 players, somebody has to go first through the door or through the room. So as a rule, I always take the Abbott to go through. It's just easier just to stand with 1. All right, so what do we got? At the end of this passage is an old stone well. As you reach in to test the water, it thrashes into a violent torrent. You have disturbed a malevolent spirit. Begin combat. Here's the combat special. You are incapacitated for the first round, meaning the Abbott, during which you do not fight and may not rest, but you still take damage as normal. You recover at the beginning of the second round. So you can't defend, you can't do anything. So you are going to take damage, and the damage here is 2. This one comes out with a wisdom. A cunning, a wisdom, and then you roll 1 of these. That little symbol means for each player. So I've got another wisdom and a might. So these are the rolls I need to go and remove by rolling my white dice that correspond to the characters. So again, the Abbott cannot go this round, so he does not get to go. So only the Miller. The Miller takes away one of these, and unfortunately there are still 3 left, so they both take 2 points. So now they're down to 16. Now the Abbot can go. So let's see what we can do. Oh, nice. I got both shields, meaning they won't take damage this turn. I got 2 might, so the might goes away. It attacks, but no damage. So we roll again. And I got 2 cunning. So 1 cunning goes away. Nobody rolled a shield. So unfortunately, they both lose 2 hit points. My turn. I did not get the wisdom, but I did. Who got the shield? The Miller will not take any damage. The Abbot will take 2. Roll again. I didn't get it. But the Miller, once again, got the shield. So he takes... he's down to 10 hit points. All right. Come on. Oh, the Miller once again rolled doubles. And the Abbot, nothing. He goes down to 8. And I got the star. Finally. I'm going to go ahead and burn the cheese and restore a hit point. So he's up to 11 and he's up to 15. Man. And I get to draw a card. So this is discarded. And it's a partially eaten apple. Discard to restore 1 HP. I'll give it to the Abbot, and he'll go, or the Abbot, and he'll go up to 12. All right, let's keep going. This deck must be upside down. The passage takes you past dark, unlocked cells. From inside, the sound of bony hands clutching steel is unmistakable. As a group, you either charge them, and they do 2 damage, or you have to roll 2 might and 2 other dice for 1 damage. I'm going to charge them. So you roll 1 of these for each player. So I need 2 might. Okay, so let's do it. Let's see what happens. And I got a shield for the Abbot. He won't take any damage. And unfortunately, the Miller will take 2 damage. 1, 2. He's down to 13. I need 2 might. Come on. I got nothing. They both take 2 damage. 10, 11. Oh, come on. Nothing. 2 damage, 2 damage. Wow. This could be a very short game. 6 and 7 hit points. There we go. 2 might. All right. They get a card. A rotten apple. Discard to score 1 HP. I'll give it to the Abbot because he's at 6. Now they're both at 7. Let's keep going. To enter this door, you are forced to push aside thick thorns. They spring to life, binding your wrists and hauling you into the thicket. You lose 1 HP. All right, the Abbot loses 1. Hacking at the aggressive weed eventually causes them to recede. Behind the wall is our previous victims. Draw 2 cards. All right, so I've got a Elixir of Insight. Discard before any round of combat to change any chapter die to show a trait of your choice. Before a round of combat. To change any chapter die to show a trait. Okay, I see what it's saying. And then the second card is Liquid Luck. Discard to re-roll your character die, applying the second result. Okay, I'll give each one of them this. And keep going. Oh, got a bad guy. You wipe dust from the lid of a large tomb, hoping to read the inscription. At your touch, the lid slides open and a giant knight rises. As a group, you can either flee, and each of you will lose 3 hit points. Well, I really can't do that. Or you fight. All players fight as normal, but you are the only player the giant attacks, and you may not rest. So the Abbot is the only one that will get attacked. The Miller will take no damage. All right, so we start out with a Wisdom and a Might and another Wisdom. All right, so let's see what happens here. I got 2 Might and that is for the Miller. He won't take any damage, it doesn't matter. The Abbot was the one that was going to take damage, and he rolled an eyeball. So he takes 2 damage. He's down to 4. The Abbot has a higher chance of rolling Wisdom, so I'm going to use this Elixir to change this Might to a Wisdom, and now I'll let them both roll. And I got a Wisdom for the Abbot, so he takes away 1, and I got a shield for the Miller. He takes no damage. The Abbot takes 2 points. He's down to 2 hit points. The Miller takes nothing. I could have re-rolled that. You know what? I'm going to use that. I'm going to re-roll to see if I get 2. That was the Miller. He got 1, so 1 went away. All right, so now all we got to do is roll 1. And I got it. The Abbott got it. So I defeated it, and I drew a Brew of Might. Discard to apply a single might at any time. Okay, good to know. Let's go to the next card. Things are not looking good, folks. Not with 2 hit points left on my Abbott. You ascend a narrow spiral staircase, emerging onto a windswept bell tower. As you cross the bell tower, it swings into life, its dreary peal shaking your bones. Any player who cannot roll wisdom or a double in one attempt loses 2 HP as the sound begins to drive them insane. Well, this won't help me. So, the Abbott needs to roll a wisdom or a double, or he dies, because he's got 2 health left. Let's go ahead and just roll the Abbott's die. This is the Abbott's die. And I rolled a wisdom, so he's okay. And I rolled a might, which that's not good. Any player who cannot roll, it loses 2. So he's down to 5. These guys are hurting. Let's roll again. Let's go again. Oh, we got the men in death, the robed man in death. I had this card last time. Hurrying into this candlelit chamber, you interrupt a sacrificial ceremony. Begin combat. You are overcome with fear. The Abbott. Any doubles you roll count as singles. This chapter. So he gets no doubles, and you cannot block. Well, he's dead because it's 2 damage. So unless I roll, let's see, I got an eye, a wisdom, and a might and another wisdom. So what I can do is discard to apply a single might at any time. So I'll discard this to get rid of the might. And then I have to roll a cunning and 2 wisdom, or he's going to die. I rolled 2 eyeballs for the Miller, so he will defend and remove the eyeball. But unfortunately, the Abbott rolled a might. He loses 2 health. He is dead. And that is the end of the game. Let me tell you, players, this game is vicious. The rule book, I'm going to quote the rule book. One word of warning. Despite its simple nature, this devious game will often defeat you. There you go. It is a hard game. But as you saw, it's a very fast game. You can play this in 5 or 10 minutes. You might die. But if you're going to win, it takes like 15 or 20 minutes. It's not a long game to play. How many cards did I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more chapters plus the boss, which I'm not going to look at. I don't like to look at the boss cards. I'm going to shuffle it up, not even going to know what I had. I don't like to know what the boss cards are. I like it to be a surprise. So there you go, players or viewers. I didn't do too well this time, but that's okay. It was a short and fun video, and it will let me go play something else. Did I shuffle in? I think I shuffled in the starting card. I did. All right. If you like this game, there is a link to the Themeborn website. I believe currently this game is out of print, but if you are looking for a copy, I do know sometimes you can see it on eBay, and I believe Themeborn is printing more. It's a very popular game, and I got to think that they're trying to get more copies printed. All right, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer. This was a game of Escape the Dark Castle. It didn't go my way, but that's okay. It was still fun. I'll be back again to take on this castle, and maybe next time I will actually escape. Until then, everybody, take care.